Hans Hauch, the older boy that you see in this photograph, lived a remarkable life. He was born in 1920 to a white German mother. His father was an Algerian soldier serving with French colonial troops occupying the Rhineland. He was one of hundreds of children born to these French colonial troops. This group of children was derogatorily referred to by the press and by the Nazis as the Rhineland bastards. Hans was raised by his mother and his grandmother in Germany. He strongly considered himself to be German and felt welcomed within his family and mostly within his community. Hans's life was affected not only by prejudice from his classmates, but also by Nazi ideology. When the Nazis came to power in Germany, they implemented a racist and anti-Semitic ideology. They considered Black people to be racially inferior, and they condemned what they saw as interracial marriages and relationships as miscegenation or race mixing. So Hans and the other multiracial children of the Rhineland were a subject of their particular hatred and ire. The Nazis applied racial laws that were primarily intended to target Jews to Black people and Romani people as well. So for instance, the Nuremberg race laws also applied to Hans. Hans was not allowed to marry or to have sexual relationships with white German women. Hans was forbidden to have a job in the civil service. And any number of other Nazi regulations kept him from pursuing an education and a career. But Hans's case is complicated because Hans is a bit unstoppable. He wanted to be in the Hitler Youth, so he joined the Hitler Youth. In fact, the belt that he's wearing in this photograph is likely his Hitler Youth belt. He was allowed to join. He, for a few years at least, enjoyed the activities because the Hitler Youth was often about not just Nazi ideology, but also about marching and military exercises and going on hikes. And young Hans thought that was fun. But Hans's life was always two sides. On the one hand, he was allowed to join the Hitler Youth. But on the other, he was considered racially inferior and, in the mid-1930s, forcibly sterilized in a secret Gestapo program. During World War II, Hans eventually did join the German military. He was captured as a POW and spent years in captivity in the Soviet Union. Hans survived World War II and Soviet captivity. He went on to give testimony and interviews about his experiences as a multiracial boy and man living in Nazi Germany. But Hans is one of the few multiracial children from the Rhineland who survived. Scholars are still working to try to uncover what exactly happened to the others and to document their fates and their stories.